Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Let me know whether you can see and hear me. Usual thing. How is everybody? I'm still a bit tired, but how are you? Busy weekend. Busy weekend. So this is Bite Size. If you're new around here, this is our bi-weekly live streaming podcast. We do one on a Friday at 7 o'clock, which is all about running and bits and bobs, and then we do this one, which is more about running shoes, gear, kit, and that sort of stuff, because we're getting loads on Friday. So this is just me. Usually we've got the panel on a Friday, so check that out. That comes out, but both come out as a podcast. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? We've got a packed show. Packed show. So let me just do the admin as always, and we'll get through that. And thanks to everybody, by the way, for tuning in at 8 o'clock, not 7 o'clock, which is fantastic. So let's firstly celebrate that you all made 8 o'clock and didn't come on at 7 o'clock. I've got to give a birthday shout out to Mark Langhorn. Apologies if I said that wrong, but happy birthday, Mark. Theo and Rebecca, congratulations on your wedding today, 240 runners. I've got to give a shout out to everybody who came and said hello to me at the London Landmarks Half Marathon at the weekend. Loads of you were saying hello as you was running by, which was really, really nice. So thank you very much to all of you people who've been messaging me on stuff like that on Instagram. And as I said hello in person. What else? Oh, so just to update you like I try and do in terms of the shoes that we've got in at the moment, in terms of trying to get them tested and put more miles into them. So at the moment, I've got the Olympus, Ultra Olympus. I've got the Nike Windflow, which I'm hoping to get the video out this week, but let's see. We've also got the what's it called? The Cumulus, whatever. I got told off for saying it wrong. And we've got the Cloud Surfer as well. So let's see what happens with those. But that's the shoes that we're sort of concentrating on at the moment. So let me know if you've got any of those, which ones you think I should focus on a little bit more as we try and push on. We've got so much content lined up, it's ridiculous. So a little bit of help on that front would be great. Also, let me know as well in the comments, does 8 o'clock work better for you? Okay, right. Whew, right, so here we go. Let's, if you are new around here and you're watching this live, get in there in the chat comment box thing and fire away any questions. We don't really care about what we're talking about on here. And if you're listening to the podcast, we've got a live stream thing going along on the side with questions, and I'll try and answer as many of those as we can over the next however long we've got until I get told off. Oh, also, last job for you lot who are watching live, keep me updated on the Spurs score, can you please? Right, so here we go. First one in the house. So howdy from the mountains of Prescott. Oh, I love Arizona. I love Prescott. Prescott is amazing. It's just a beautiful place. Beautiful place. Gary's in. Tech Gary. Sound of Vision. Keep me posted, Gary. Thank you very much. Dawn is here as well. Nice to see some usuals returning. Evening, Chris. Yes, nice and clear. Adam's in the house as well. Thank you. Able to watch live due to the. We did it for you, Adam. We did it for you. 100% did it for you. Vivian's here. Hello, good evening. Super Arch. Sebastian, yep. Penny's here. Mark, congratulations on Brighton. Don't worry about it. 7-minute PB. Well, congratulations to you, mate. So we'll come on. Actually, we'll come on to races. Let's get some more hellos. Yeah, there's Mark, birthday boy. Steve was a spectator at London Landmarks Half Marathon, which I led. I don't know whether if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at @FORDY_runs. We led the race for more than usual this year. The competition was weak off the start line, Henry. He knows who he is. And we led it all the way around to past Nelson's column, which I usually by the end of the straight, we've got overtaken by the elites. But we got out of there quick. And I'll come on to the shoe in a bit. But we got out of there quick, me and Spico, and then we sort of stopped, turned around, and then realised there was nobody there. And then some geezer who saw a running kit ran past us. But yeah, that was good fun, actually. Check the video out if you've not seen it. Here we go. What's this? Chris Rogers. Evening, Chris. Missed the start because I was sat waiting for next week's show to start. Clicked on. Oops. Don't worry, Chris. You're here. Good evening from Stockholm. I'll come on to the questions in a second. I'm just getting through. Sound and vision are fine. Martin, hello. Another Martin, hello. Here we go. And we've got loud and clear Lee Pierce watching from around the pool, not Hayden's in Orlando. Warm weather taper till London Marathon. Yes, me too. Yeah, Hayden's, bless him, his new pool's opened up. I'm going to be going there and the spa as well, but I'll let you know about that on Friday. Right. Okay. So let's talk about a little bit about shoes, shall we? So firstly, and we'll pick up on the questions in a bit. So load up the chat and I'll make my way through that. But I'll just quickly touch on the shoe because you guys have been asking me and messaging me about the what shoes I was wearing on Sunday. So if you didn't know, I ran a PB 136.12. I probably could have gone faster, and that's not being big headed. I was pacing somebody in the end by accident. We ended up pacing someone to a PB, which ended up being a PB for me. I'd done 10 miles a day before, so I wasn't planning on going for a time. And I was, as you'd expect, chatting the whole way around. So I probably could have pushed on, but I'm very happy with the 136 and change that I got. So I'm very happy with that. And I ran it in the Rocket X2, which I've got here. As you can see on the live stream, but on the podcast, I'm holding up the Rocket X2. I think really more than anything else, it surprised me with how well it held speed over the distance. I didn't feel unstable in it, which I have had concerns because you've got nothing in the hill in terms of the counter. There's nothing there. And hopefully some of you guys who follow the channel know I do have pronation issues. And London Landmarks half is a very twisty and turning course. Oh, I didn't get Brett a drink up with me, actually. Oh, I should have brought Brett a drink up. Anyway, it's all right. I'm just thinking of things. But yeah, it's quite a twisty and turny course. And I was a little bit worried, a little bit apprehensive about the how the foam, because we've got this new soft Peba foam in the shoe when we got the plate in there, how it would hold up to that. And it was absolutely fine. Mark, who I was running with, he was running in the Vaporfly 3. He did have an issue with the arch, funnily enough, as he was running through him, but he said that got not that worn down, but it kind of settled in. It was the first time he ran in it, but it was the first that sort of settled down after about mile, I think it was about mile 4, but he felt that. So just be aware if you're sensitive in the arch, as like you were with the Alpha Fly. But yeah, so just go back to the Rocket X2. It is a quick shoe. It's a half marathon shoe. I don't think I'd ever wear it in a marathon, even if I was going slow and I don't, or taking it easy, which you never do in a marathon. But I would never wear it in a marathon. It's not that sort of shoe. But it performed very, very well. And today my legs are feeling yesterday, but I think they're feeling that yesterday more because I did the 10 miles on Saturday. So that's probably why my legs are a little bit beat up. And it still was a hard effort. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. So very pleased and very happy with the Hoka Rocket X2. I will put out tomorrow morning a quick vid just to sort of summarise what I've just said. But that will come out tomorrow. It's literally just a quick vid on the channel this week. We've got quite a lot of stuff related to the London Marathon, but we've got some shoe stuff in there as well. And as I said, I'm going to try and get, if I can, the Winflow 10 out. Right, okay, so that's enough about me. Let's more focus on you guys, which is why I'm here. So evening 40, weapon of choice for a Lakes 50k, Trabuco 9 GTX or Salomon Speedcross. I'm not running either of those in terms of the GTX. Or have I run in the Trabuco 9? Because they all look the same, those Asics. I really like the Trabuco. I like just Asics trail shoes. I've got the Trabuco Max. I keep saying it, but the Trabuco Max 2, I got the notification, is meant to be arriving this week. But I am a big fan of the Trabuco Asics trail shoes in general. I know they're not for everybody. I just find them really, really comfortable. I really enjoy the Craft trail shoe at the moment, the Pro Endurance. And I actually had some fun with the Catamount as well, the Catamount 2 recently as well. I've been running that. Last week I ran that a little bit more than I have been before then. So that was quite cool as well. But for out of these two, I've not tried the Salomon Speedcross 4 GTX. So I would say the Asics, but I'm probably the worst person to ask about trail shoes. I've got to be honest with you. I'm not a trail runner. I'm a road runner, and I like to go up to the trails and just have some fun, and get off the roads and change it up. So that's what I like to do. So trail shoes, yeah, we get trail shoes into review, but I'm just I review them because I like going up to the trails. But I'm not a trail runner in any shape or form. So not sure whether that helped or not, to be honest. Right. So Mark, he used the Wave Rebellion Pro for Brighton. Yeah, I saw a guy in London Landmarks half wearing him actually. Not sure if it that aggressive, but yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think for me, Mark, I mentioned it on the review I did of the Wave Rebellion Pro. I just find them too aggressive. Um, Maybe that's that's not bad. If I wanted to go for an aggressive shoe, I'd probably go, and again appreciate money, right? I'd go for the Endorphin Elite out of those two, because yeah, as I said, I'm not fast enough. I don't think to run in either of those shoes, the Wave Rebellion Pro or the Endorphin Elite Pro. Yeah, Endorphin Elite Pro, no, Endorphin Elite. I don't think I'm fast enough to run in either. But out of those two, if you put a gun to my head, I would probably run in the Endorphin Elite. Gary's loves the thanks very much for all the love for Saturday's video. Sorry about that. We just thought it'd be funny. He's a top guy, Stephen. So please check out the Serious Runner channel. You've got to check that out. It's fantastic. It really is. It's an absolute Mickey take out of most YouTubers, and all that sort of stuff. He's just a very, very clever man. And when he sent me over the video idea, I was blown away. I just thought it was brilliant. It really was. I had some other ideas, and his idea was it was just brilliant. I think it worked really well. I think it's hilarious. The guy's a genius. And yeah, I can't recommend enough to get over to his YouTube channel and subscribe. It really is good. Adam, thanks very much. Appreciate that. On the Adam's congratulating me on the PB yesterday. Yep, thank you. Mark Langon. Yeah, come on, you Spurs. Keep me posted, guys. Keep me posted. Evening Fordy. This is Paul. Evening Paul. Smashed the PB in the newish GlideRide 3s you recommended by 5 minutes. Well done, brother. See, people say about the GlideRide, and I don't know whether this is true or not, that they're going to stop at the GlideRide 3 and there won't be a GlideRide 4. Who knows, right? Maybe because the Cumulus, or whatever you call it, is this sort of lighter, lower down version of the Nimbus. Maybe they're going to stick to that. I don't know. I think it'd be a real shame if they stopped the GlideRide line, because I think it's apart from the Superblast, I think it's their best marathon shoe that they do. And it just shows you can nip along in them. They're not, they are, built like a tank and all that sort of stuff. They're not for everybody, but for people that they do work for, they work really, really, really well. They're a fantastic shoe. They really are. The GlideRide, I don't think, gets enough praise. Here we go. Right. So, hi, Joff. I was probably not pronounced that wrong. So sorry about that. Hi from North Dorset, Chris. Ran Bournemouth half. My Adios Pro 3s. Loved them. The great shoe. Thanks for the recommendation. You're welcome. Great shoe. It's coming up to my birthday, and I don't know what to do, because you get the codes and stuff, and I don't know whether to splash the cash on another pair of Adios Pro 3s or not, because I'm thinking autumn marathon, or do I wait for the Pro 4s? I'm not so sure, because I really like the new colorways on some of the Adios Pro 3s. Have you seen them? Let me know. Yeah, I'm tempted to get another pair and sort of box them up. I want to get a new pair of Nimbus 25s. I know we've got the Cumulus, but I want to get a new pair of Nimbus 25s, a new pair of Superblast, in different colorways, by the way. And I'm tempted to get the Pro 4, the Adios Pro 4, and box them for autumn marathon training. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not so sure at the moment. So let me know whether you are, because I'm going to get a Nike code as well, won't I? That Nike sends you a birthday code as well, so I don't know whether to use that on something or not. I don't know. Anyway, so Adios Pro 3, lovely, absolutely lovely. And I say I love the new colorways. Middle-aged running man. Sunday was class. Wore Saucony Pro 3s. There we go. PB, well done. If we had a bell sound, I'd ring it. Well done for you, middle-aged running man. Smashed his PB. That's great news. There was a lot of PBs this weekend. I don't know whether it's because It was like first Sunday we've all been going at it, but it was there was a lot of PBs. Here we go. Next one up. So this got my attention because it had the four letters of SOAR um, on it. So love Sebastian. Love the content. Podcast is as good as SOAR running gear and stride pods. So, um, stride pods. That's the point. I wonder. I can't remember if Sai. His Sai keeps forgetting to put his stride pod on the moment. Best running hats. Always use Ben Park stuff, but keen for something different to mix it up. Yeah, I know you guys like the Ben Parks hats, and fair play to Ben for coming up with those and selling truckloads of them. So fair play to him. Best running hats. Yeah, I mean, if I'm in a hat, I'll use the 40 runs one. Like Ben, I'll get mine made and job done. But yeah, that's probably about it, really. I'm not really. I've got my 40 runs one. That's about it. I know there's them. So Ben is running, bless him. He's always pushing the Varga ones. And then go and check him out on Instagram. And then you've got now I'm going to pronounce this completely wrong because there was if you not listened to the Believe in the Run podcast, it's called The Drop. Check that out. And the geezer who runs the company is the one with the Ciele, Chile or Chile, or it's pronounced totally different to what it looks like. That guy was on that podcast, so check that out. But those hats are apparently pretty good. A lot of people wear them as well. So have a look at them, Ciele, and then you've got the Varga ones that Ben is running. Does as well. So hopefully it helps. I'm not the best person to ask about that sort of stuff. Evening, or who's this? Paul. Have purchased. There we go. The Cumulus or Cumulus or whatever you want to call it. 25. What color did you get for? Get for what color did you get? I've got the black and white ones. So Paul is just starting tapering for London. Yep, me too. Is it too late to use new shoes? I mean, that's a bold call. I mean, his old Cumulus have got 200 miles on them at present. Well, I'll tell you what then, Paul. Are you going for a time? That I would say. If you're running a time or not, let me know. That'd be interested. Because maybe if you're not, or you just want to be like cruise about, then just put on the old ones. Do you know what I mean? They probably feel like slippers. Jay, whose video came out today, he asked for the new bag to put in your bag for the London Marathon, and actually it's good for any marathon. Check that video out we put out today. Do you think 20 miles in my Saucony Speed 3s will be enough before London? I've been training in the same shoes but different colorway. Yeah, you can put a little bit more in them. Ain't going to do any harm. The only thing I would say, and this is a ridiculous thing to say, but I would, is try and avoid getting them wet. I've got my Propel version 4 in the airing cupboard at the moment because I was running through rivers at the weekend. That's the only thing I would say. But I think the weather's meant to be nice over here at the moment for the next couple of days. So yeah, put a few more miles on them if you want to. As long as they feel comfortable, as long as they feel, that you feel at corny, but at one with the shoe. You feel like you stick them on, you just go out, get a bit of goal work done, get a bit of pace done. You feel good in them. There's no hot spots. They just feel connected. You've got the right socks with them, that sort of stuff. It's all done by feel, I would say, and that's how I sort of measure it in terms of my shoes for a race days is how they feel in those training runs. If I put a shoe on and it's not feeling 100%, then I'll run in it a bit more. So even if it is at 30, 40, 50 miles, and I'm convinced that these are the ones to wear for race day, I'll probably put more miles on until I get it. Sometimes it's just literally just the socks that work. Yeah, so right, William, hope you're well. We're looking for a daily trainer to replace my Nova Blast 3s, probably something on the cheaper side. Did like the Velocity Nitro 2, but are there any others you'd recommend? It's a shame the Skechers Ride 11's not out yet. That's really nice. That's a cracking shoe, that is. That I've been enjoying that. What else? Puma Velocity Nitro 2. Cumulus is too expensive. I think that's 140 something quid, isn't it? The thing is, would you not replace them with the Nova Blast 3? Because they're still cheap, right? You can get them for under £100 on some websites. I'm just saying, I would probably replace them for another Nova Blast 3 because apart from the outsole, which is not brilliant, but now it's getting a little bit drier if you're over here in the UK, then I'd probably go for another Nova Blast 3. I've got to be honest with you. It's such a cracking shoe. It really is. Depends whether you want comfort or you know, or versatility. Um, yeah, so that's probably where I would go. I know the Puma Velocity Nitro 2 are very, very, very cheap, but you could probably get a pair of Nova Blast 3s now. If you shop about, you'll probably be able to pick them up as well. I know there's a lot of sales on and coming at the moment. So that's probably, I don't know if I help. Right, so Matt, thanks for all the questions, guys. Keep them coming, yeah. Chris, which would you prefer, Adios Pro 3 or Endorphin? I've done a video about this, Matt. It really is murder. Been using the Endorphin Pro 2 for long runs and workouts, but considering options for the next super shoe. I did that video on the best super shoe for the everyday runner. And basically, I think it comes down purely to personal preference with those two. It really does in terms of the setup and the feel of the shoe. I think you'll get the similar sort of results out of both. And I think you literally just comes down to fit and feel. And that's a personal choice that I don't think anyone can make. In terms of performance, if you ask me performance, then they're equally matched, I would say. But just to give you where I'm at, I'm running the Adios Pro 3 at the London Marathon. So, you know, well, saying that, I might go to the Endorphin um, Endorphin Elite. Um, I was right. Okay, look, I'll let you in a little secret. So, I was thinking about doing the Adios Pro 3, and then after yesterday, all day today, I've been thinking about running the Endorphin Elite because my sort of mindset's changed a little bit. So whether I do a push race at London now because of that time I ran yesterday, and this is not to sound big-headed because that's not me at all, but at the ease at which I ran that time, do I kick on at London, which means I'll stick the Endorphin Elite on, or do I go safety and go the Adios Pro 3? So I would have said Adios Pro 3 for me, but I don't. I'm not so sure. So again, I'm not going to help there, Matt. But as it stands, currently I'm running the Adios Pro 3 for London, but that might change. So, but that's literally just my thinking today. I am going to film a video and it will come out maybe the week of the marathon on the shoe that I'm going to wear because honestly, I've been toying with it. You asked Hayden, I've been playing around with what to do at London after yesterday. Sorry, Matt, I've not helped at all there. Right. Next question. Here we go. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks again for everybody's tuning in at 8 o'clock tonight, a little bit later. As Spurs scored, let me know. Up to 18 to 20 miles in my training and feeling good. Strolsy, that's awesome. Do I aim to do the same pace in my marathon or drop back a bit? Do I aim to do the same pace in my marathon or drop back a bit? It's my first one. If it's your first marathon, just get round and enjoy it. Don't worry about time. Have a strategy, yeah. I think you're trying to ask for your strategy. So then just run it to feel. Don't go mad at the start. Take it easy. Don't go out the gates. If it's I don't know what marathon you're doing, maybe you're doing London, let me know. But run it to feel. You do not want to be putting that pressure on yourself on the first marathon of running a time. Yes, have an idea so you don't get, you know, out ahead of yourself. But I tell all my clients, just enjoy it. It's your first one, just enjoy it. Your times and everything else will come afterwards. Because even if you say, I'm not going to do another one, you will, because that's just the way we are. And that's when you start thinking about time. That's when you start thinking about, okay, what's achievable? What did I do well in my training block? What did I do bad in my training block? What did I do well on race day? What did I get wrong? Did I fuel it? Were the shoes right? You know, all that sort of stuff you can depict, you can take away afterwards. Your first one, just finish the damn thing. They're not easy. Yeah. If they were easy, everybody would be doing them. Okay. So have fun, enjoy it, get to the start line and just have the best time. And then worry about, you know, going for a time in your next one. Yeah. I hope that helps. He's followed up with loving his Adidas Pro 3s after the recommendation. Yeah, it's such a good shoe. The Adios Pro 3 is such a good shoe. That's what I'm saying about getting another pair in those sweet colorways. Okay, here we go. Who's this? Who's this? Ah, Two Sheds Glen, evening. Well done, a great time. Thank you. I know. He said I thought I was going to take it. I was going to run 1:45. That was the plan, and then I was with. I bumped into. Well, I bumped into him. He was at the start line anyway. And Mark was saying that he's never run a half, and he wanted to try and run a certain time. So we basically just kicked on from there, and that was it really. That's how we got into that. Um, yeah. So, oh, Johnny was asking if he's joined 40 runs. No, I doubt. I think he's too busy. But you never know. So yeah, so that's how that ended up doing that. But to be honest with you, I felt absolutely fine after. I think the only sort of tiredness in my legs today is purely because I did 10 miles a day before. That's all it was. And it was, yeah, it wasn't meant to be a push race. And that's why, like I said just 2 seconds ago, I'm now thinking about what I'm going to do on the race day because yeah, it has made me think about it. So here we go. What's this about Nike? Nike didn't give me a birthday code this year. Yeah. Well, they've given me one, so it's whether I use it. Well, should I use it on something? Let me know. Is there a shoe that I should pick up from Nike using a code? I've got the Vaporfly 3. Sold my Alphafly 2s because I'm not using them. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it, although a lot of people complained about the arch and that. No problem there. It was just not really using them. I'm into the Adios Pro 3 at the moment. So let me know if you think there's a shoe on Nike website that I should pick up. And I'll use the code. Are there any codes? What's this? Are there any codes for Adidas Pro 3 or Saucony Pro 3? Yeah, have a look on sportshoes.com. They usually have some codes on there. Strolls is saying about the two hat brands. Yep, check that out. Okay, right, here we go. What's this? Nice. Got some new faces in the chat. That's great. Thanks very much, guys. And don't forget if you oh yeah, sugar. Welcome everybody who's a member of the channel. Thanks very much for supporting 40 Rounds. You can join 40 Rounds as a member. It literally just supports the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So thanks to all our members. Right, so Karen, Paul Pitcher, evening, Paul. Proper long shoe, currently in the FC Elite, Fuel Cell Elite 2. So Nimbus 25, Nova Blast, More 4, Superblast, or Fuel Cell Elite 3. Whew, that's a big list. If it's a proper long shoe, I wouldn't go Nimbus 25, it's too heavy. I wouldn't go Nova Blast. I just don't think there's enough there for me. Although saying that, Jatila, who is running Boston on a couple of weekends, she's got Nova Blast down to run it for him. So, it just says everything really. She's running Boston in them. More 4 is too unstable for me. You clearly like New Balance though. Fuel Cell Elite 2 and Elite 3 got carbon plates. I would go Superblast. I think the Superblast is hands down the best long run shoe I've run in. Now, the GlideRide 1 is tough to beat, but I honestly think the Superblast is a phenomenal shoe. The only thing that stops the Superblast being the outright best long run shoe ever to be made is simply the price. The price on it is an absolute liberty, but if you're getting 50% off with your healthcare, then I would probably pull the trigger. The only caveat to all that as well, I would say, is Tobe was running in them yesterday, and he did say they were warm. Now, I've never had an issue with them in terms of temperature, and Sai was running in them yesterday and has done same amount, mileage as me. He's not had a problem with heat in them. I was talking to what's that dancer chap off of Strictly. He was wearing them yesterday. He loves them. So I would recommend you go for the Superblast, but just be careful in terms maybe if you get hot feet. I don't know, but that's what Speedgoat was saying. But he still busted out 140 in them, so it's not a slow shoe, despite like being massive. It is still a very good shoe in terms of overall performance. But it is a proper long shoe, which is what you was asking, Paul. It's great. No time. What's this? Here we go. Orange and blue, Chris. No goal, no time goal. Is proper first time. Okay. If it's yeah, Paul. If you're just cruising about, then I would just go for fun. Like I said. Okay, Lewis. Evening, Lewis. I'm a mild pronator, over pronator. Sorry. Do you find the Nimbus stable? Yes, I do. I still do have the stability shoes. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I've been spending a lot of time in terms of stability in the Puma Forever Run. Now that's a mild guidance shoe, right? It is a wide platform. It's got the run free system or whatever it's called on it. It's a great shoe. It really is. I think it's one of the best of the year. That Puma shoe. If you've got any stability issues, it really is a phenomenal shoe and works as a daily trainer with the nitro foam. It really is a very, very good shoe. Um, but no, I've had no issues with the Nimbus at all. Absolutely none in terms of stability. It's just so comfortable. But it is heavy, so just be aware of that. And it's bloody expensive. Okay, who we got here? Dominic, evening, Dominic. I have a 62k Ultra, you hero, and it's in the middle of winter in New Zealand. Oh, I'd love to go back to New Zealand. I'm running what kind of shoes? I'll be honest with you. I'm the worst person to ask about running an Ultra. Whenever somebody asks me about Ultras, I just say get something comfortable. And that might seem obvious, but I would just get something comfortable. But I would try and get something comfortable that's on the lighter side. But I'm honestly sorry, Dominic. I'm not very good in that respect because I've never run an ultra, so I'm not very good. The only thing is, if I was to run an ultra, I'd probably run it in the Superblast. But you've got 2,300 meters of elevation. They've got a terrible outsole, so I probably wouldn't wear them. But yeah, I always go for comfort if I'm going long. I know it doesn't help. Sorry, pal. Okay, who we got here? Ripfall, R1P4, Ripfall. Yeah. Hi, Chris. I run in the Mizuno Wave Spy 19. Which super shoe would you recommend as I tend to land on the outer side of the hill? I would look at something. I would look at either the Adidas Pro 3 or the Saucony Pro 3. Those two shoes, they're pretty stable. There's no stability super shoe out there, right? So in terms of which is the most stable ride that I have found, it's those two. Is the Endorphin Pro 3 and the Adidas Adios Pro 3. I wish I had a drink up here. So yes, they were the two, but that's probably where I would send you. Really, yeah, yeah. Let's go with those. I'm gonna cough. Hold tight. Really wish I bought a drink up. I wouldn't mind, but I've got some of this sports and science stuff downstairs. I wanted to drink tonight. Okay. What's this about? Oh yeah, you got use the start fitness code 40 runs, get 10% off. Okay, nil, but good end to end game. Keep me posted, chaps. Keep me posted. Seamus is in the house. I'm going out for my first run after 4 months on the bench tomorrow morning. Any suggestions? Congrats. Thank you, Seamus. Just take it easy, bro. Honestly, run walk as well. Really, honestly, just run walk it. Do a little bit, walk, a little bit, walk. Just give yourself a plan of getting back safely. Don't try and rush it. And when you feel like you can run the whole thing, don't wait. And yeah, just build up really, really, really slowly. It's just not worth pushing it and then ending up back on the bench. Okay, right, here we go. Strolsy doing, you're welcome, doing Milton Keynes. Good luck with that. Who's this? Apple Tree. Love to hear you thinking about hitting it harder at London. I also got a better time than expected. Recent, how much faster is reasonable? I just think the thing is with London or marathon, isn't it? It's just all mental, isn't it? It's just that mental battle that you've got to prepare for. I think that's the key to these marathons, and I said it all the time. I just not experienced enough at the marathon distance yet. I think this is going to be, and I'm going to probably get this wrong, but I think it's going to be my 12th, 11th, might even potentially, or 10th, 11th, 12th, one of those, right, in terms of marathon distance. So I'm very inexperienced at the marathon distance, I think. And you got to, I think you got to learn and understand it as best you can, yeah, and respect the distance, like people say, but knowing how you feel and how you battle the distance is key, I think, and that's what I've still got to learn is to mentally deal with it. I think also you've got to have a day where you're sort of clear in your mind. not just of clearing your mind of what you're going to do, but clearing your mind of everything. So you've got a nice, quiet mind. You've got no any stresses or anything like that. That sort of stuff. When just one of those days where it all clicks. I think if you're feeling calm in yourself, then probably that's the day to push. But how much faster is reasonable? Well, I think quite a lot. We all hold ourselves back because this little thing up here in the top of our heads tells us we can't do it. But physically, we probably can do a lot more than we believe we can. But it's just being able to have the confidence to run it and dig in when it really starts to hurt. I do think I'm benefiting from fueling differently. I think I'm benefiting from that. But let's see what happens on race day. Who knows? But I still might not decide. I might still go against that. I still might just take it easy. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, Vivian, she's done her first marathon yesterday. Congratulations, 6:53. Well done. I'm going to plan my next one. Make sure you carb building enough nutrition to consume. Yeah, congratulations on that. Okay, Matt's thanks. You're welcome, Matt. He's going to try both of those shoes. I would honestly, between the Endorphin Pro 3 and the Adios Pro 3, I think it really comes down to a personal choice. Reese, evening Reese. Hi, mate. Started running 7 weeks ago. Well done. I've got my first half in 5 weeks. The running shoes I've currently got are the ASICS 2010s. Should I buy another pair? Yeah, I think if you bought another pair, then you would realize that you've been running on concrete the whole time because those things are proper hard. Proper hard. They are awful things to running. The 2010s. I mean, they are seriously, seriously firm. It's like you might as well just run barefooted. So if you go and get another pair of something slightly different, you'll realise that actually you've been running like barefooted. But either whatever you do, if you go and get another pair, you've got 5 weeks, plenty of time. Good luck. Whatever happens, just good luck. Have fun. But honestly, they are a seriously firm shoe. Yeah, not for me. Right. What matters to Matt? I ran 1:35 yesterday. Well done. Half marathon time trial. Do you think I could run a sub 3:30 for a marathon at IVMA? Yeah, why not? Go for it. Absolutely. Why not? Obviously, I don't know how your training's going, anything like that. But, if you're running a 1:35 half, how did you feel after? I think that's the key. What you underestimate is the recovery period. That's where you got to understand where you're at in terms of physically. What's your base like? Where you're at is, and also your training runs. How much. How does it feel on those 20-mile runs? With really good slug, if not more, at goal. How does that really? How does that feel? That's what you want to know. Oh, Mark's selling you to. Thank you, Mark. Well done. Job for you now going forward. So we've got Gary. Ralph's not here. Ralph's left. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Ralph. I'll forgive him this week. I'll let him off. But usually they're in charge of AV. Mark's now in charge of reminding us all to smash the like button. People, get on this. Let's all smash the like button because it helps the algorithm. So we like a bit of that. Thanks, Mark. You are now in charge of that every week. Right, here we go. Ben Body. Guys, you're coming up. So if there's anything else you want to know, get it in the chat now. Because I want to grab the second half of the game. Thanks for the recommendation of the Kendall Mint gels. You're welcome. I use it in training and in yesterday's. Tasted lovely with my stomach. So hang on. Did you have an upset stomach or did you not have an upset stomach with them? Let me know. Yeah, come on. Put it in the chat quickly. PB of 132.24. Well done. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Kendall NRG Vet gels. They're my go-to ones at the moment. We have changed them out. We have put a caffeine one in, but other than that, I'm on them. But yeah, Ben, quickly stick that in. What's this? Can you, Laura, even because can you reassure us runners not using super shoes for them out actually what difference time-wise can they do? I wouldn't worry about like I think Lauren, I said it about Jatila, who's a host on the long run show. She's a Boston qualifier. She's running Boston Marathon in a couple of weeks. She's running in Novablast. So I think that says it all. Yeah. Don't be worried about if you've got plates, no plates, whatever. A lot of it comes down to your training. A lot of it comes down to your mental application on the day. A lot of it becomes down to how you're just feeling. A lot of it comes down to fueling and hydrating. There's so much more around it all than just the shoes. Yes, the shoes will make a difference, but ultimately, you've got to put the work in. You've got to done the training. You've got to make sure your fueling is bang on. You've got to make sure your hydration and your strategy is bang on if you're going to nail it. So if you're, not in a plated shoe, I really, really wouldn't worry about it. It's yes, as I said, Jatila's a great example. Boston qualifier, she's run it in Nova Blast. Says it all. Okay. Jack, what was my fueling strategy yesterday? I used the fueling strategy which I'm using for London, which was every 4 miles. Watch my video I did on gels recently. We switched it up. I'm fueling every 4 miles. So I had breakfast, which for me is just porridge and a cup of black coffee. I had some water and stuff, and then that was it. And then I had gel at 4 miles, which is, what was it, 70 grams, I think it was. And then I had another one at 8 miles, and that was me done. And I will continue that through London. So I'll go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 will be a caffeine gel, and then I'll take one at 24 if I feel like I need it. See how I'm going. I might be walking by then. You never know. This is a great question. Are you wearing pants? Who knows? I'll leave that with you. With no stomach upset. Ben had no dodgy tummy. Yeah, it's the mint. It's so good. Reese, what shoe would I recommend? Well, if you know Asics, then go and get something like the Nova Blast. Put a Nova Blast 3 on if you've got no pronation issues, and you'll be like, oh my god, why haven't I been running in these before? So, try them. You'll probably never speak to me again. But any thought? Right, here we go. Last couple. Remember, I want to get the second half. Any thoughts on caffeine intake on the marathon distance with a caffeine tolerant run for pre-race or second half race? I think I just mentioned it, Ian, in what I do. We only just switched it up. So I've got a relatively sensitive stomach, I would say. If you ask the boys, they'll tell you. So I'm a bit cautious on it, but I do have a good slug of black coffee in the morning, and then I'll switch the gel at 20 miles and in the London Marathon down to a caffeine gel is what I'm going to do. And the one at 24 will be a caffeine gel just in case I need it. So if I'm pushing like hell and everything's still there and I'm hanging on for dear life, then that will be a caffeine gel just to get me over. But before then won't be caffeine. Because my theory is that 24 miles, I've only got, 2 miles to go, and if I poo myself, it's only all the people in the crowd that are going to see it. So that's where I'm going. But I think caffeine's a funny one. You've got to test it. You've got to know that you can handle it. Okay, right. Next one. He didn't like Martin didn't like his first run in the Max Road 5s. Keep going. The Max Road 6. Oh, I was out in them today. I needed something just to like my legs just go, you know what, Fordy, you're my friend. Max Road 6 on today. Lovely. Craft shoe, the trail shoe's great. The fit's good. It felt large when I first put them on. I thought, oh, he's a bit big because of the upper. But actually, they're great. They really are. Good fun. But as I said, I've been playing around with the cat mount too. So that's been quite fun because it's a little bit different. And obviously, lower stack. It's got that little plate in it, stuff like that. There we go. Super serious run and recovery, Pringles or Audi's version. I know that this is the thing. The Audi salt and vinegar ones are okay, but they're not as good as the Pringles. The OG Pringles are the best, but that wouldn't stop me eating 6 or 7 tubes of the Audi ones. So yeah, smash them, Greg. Neil, thank you, Martin. And I'll tell you what, that is a good place to wrap up the show. What do you think? God, that's flown by, hasn't it? 45 minutes of absolute nonsense. Well done, team. We got through there. So let me know on Instagram if you're following me, 40_runs. If you're in the Facebook group, put it in there. Let us know whether we should do 8 o'clock next week. I might. I'm tempted. It's Easter Monday and I'll be out in the day. So that's probably going to work either way. So I might just go for 8 o'clock next week. So let's say, let's go for 8 o'clock next week. and then we'll figure it out after that. So, but do, you know, message me and let me know whether you thought it was better at 8 o'clock. Okay, right. So that's it from me. Have a great week. Keep in touch. Remember, we are well, actually, this week we're not live. We've got Colin Jackson special on this Friday on the show. That was pre-recorded at the Red Bull Studios. He's talking. We try and get some tips out of him for the everyday runner. So that's on at pre-record on at 7 o'clock. So watch that. That'll be up on the channel and also available as a podcast. If you've been listening to this on your run, well done. You can now just chill out because I'm about to leave you alone. I'm off to go and watch the rest of the Spurs match. I've got a busy week. Hopefully, you have got a lovely Easter planned, and I will catch up with you guys next week. So thanks very much. I'm going to try and find the outro. I'll see you guys later.